Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Thoughts from the Round Table. I'm Jacob.
I'm Pierce.
Today we're gonna be doing chats.
It's true.
Chats 13.
Chats 13. And listen, guys. Chats I shouldn't say chats. Not chats have necessarily always been evil, but the number 13 is kind of like the 69 of the spooky ghost. You know what I mean? It's always kind of like what would they say? A demonic number?
Sure.
Perhaps. I think this podcast is gonna kind of show a little bit of that side of us, maybe. Without further ado, we're gonna be revamping suburban life on today's episode.
So please join us at the round table.
To give you guys a little bit of backstory on this podcast idea, which I don't think I've elaborated quite enough to Jacob yet.
I'm kind of in the dark right now.
Yeah. I was sitting eating some Snappy Tomatoes pizza.
In Indiana?
Yeah.
And
beep, beep. No, we're not going to reveal locations.
Was that where it was, though?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I was eating some Snappy Tomato pizza in an undisclosed bunker somewhere in North America. But while I was chowing down, per se, I had this kind of idea, suburban life, right? Something no one strives for, but everyone ends up in, right?
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree there for a second. I strive to be a suburban guy.
Just, living in your cul-de-sac?
100%.
Dude.
I think I was built for it. I already have the personality of a 40-year-old.
Mm-hmm. I can't argue with that. But yeah, no. So I think it's pretty safe to say that we're both kind of heading that way.
Yeah.
But there are some parts of suburban life that I'm not too happy about.
Elaborate.
Okay, so how this idea kind of came about is I was talking about my firstborn son, Gustafer McCammon. This is, if you guys don't know me, which probably, who knows, I kind of want to have a son named Gustafer, and I want him to be a beast of a human. I'm talking like 5 languages before he's 5 years old. We're going to teach him English, Spanish, Russian, Mongolian, and Latin.
I don't see Elvish on there.
No, he's not talking to fucking elves. I'm training this kid for infiltration.
Okay.
But really, what I'm thinking, right, is imagine the perfect cul-de-sac. But instead of like a homeowners association, we have like a big table in a meeting room, and all like the houses in there are kind of like lords, per se, right?
So I just want a little stop here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where you were going to go with this,
Yeah.
but I'm so unsurprised that you've decided to do houses and lords.
No, you're so okay. Yeah, no, that's very me.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. This is a good idea. You're just gonna have to brace with me, right?
I'm holding on.
So, each of the people in charge, obviously you want your house to succeed in the cul-de-sac games, right? When cul-de-sacs get together and they have, barbecues?
Yeah.
Not this cul-de-sac. We have a festival where the different families compete in different themed games, but some of the games are pretty pretty vile. I'm
Sure.
talking like jousting,
Okay.
with like our Suburbans.
Okay.
Not like hitting each other, but like you know what I'm saying.
No. I think you have to hit each other.
Listen, it's not like hitting each other with the car.
You still have the spiky thing. Right?
Yeah, but like not on the car, like maybe through the sunroof.
Now, okay.
Yeah.
I'm already sold.
Okay. And then the winner is the head of the homeowners association for the next year. They get to institute change until another house or rival house gets to kick them out. So we're talking like we've got people banding together. We've got people like forcing their children to excel in certain physical activities that will get them nowhere in life. Right? Tell me that this is a dumb idea.
This is not the dumbest idea you've ever had, but
Okay.
I see a couple flaws with it.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing, I don't think it's specified. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. We need to amp up your idea
Okay.
and the cul-de-sac. Okay, so let's restart real quick. In the Hunger Games, each district had a specific job, you could say.
Hmm.
We do that with each cul-de-sac
Okay.
and for each game. So the pride for the cul-de-sac is that they hold the championship for jousting in their SUVs.
There it is.
They've been training ever since they were children, and now they succeed every time because they are that cul-de-sac, and they just punish the other ones.
I think we can even institute a little bit of classism in here.
Sure.
You know, so we got like kind of we're talking about a neighborhood now. The idea is expanded.
Yeah.
So, you know, some of the kind of poor end of the neighborhood, you know, the cul-de-sac, you know, you're getting cheap housing.
Sure.
Probably talking like college-age kids who need a house right out of school and don't have the money to pay for it. That's like District 12.
Yes.
They're not doing too hot.
The scum.
The scum. Then you've got kind of like the really rich people, you know, in the upper ends, the upper districts.
Yes.
Some might say. They've got a little bit more pride, but that pride makes them a little bit weak. You know, you gain grit from being in a lower end, you know, a lower end cul-de-sac
Sure.
down the line. So there's a lot more of like a brotherhood of the bottom cul-de-sacs.
I really like this idea, and I think that you know, in this, what do the games need to be called?
See, that's one of the things I wanted to bring up to you because I'm kind of struggling in the name department.
The Olympics already have the Olympics, but I want something that's kind of just as cool sounding. Because
Yeah.
whether you think the Olympics are cool or not, great name. I think part of the marketing they've done is why they've succeeded. Because who cares about who can throw a javelin far,
Yeah.
right? Like, other than the cul-de-sac games, obviously.
Well, of
But, like-
course. I mean, there will definitely be javelin throwing.
But
at
like,
the
if they didn't
cul-de-sac
have a
games.
cool name, I wouldn't watch.
Yeah.
So we need something cool.
Need something like kind of sounds a lot cooler than it is.
Yeah, I want something like,
Um,
let's look up some cool Latin words.
Oh,
that
I think-
no one's gonna know the answer to them, or like no one knows what they mean, but they sound awesome.
that's like, you know, when I made my sword and I just made random words in Elvish
Mm-hmm.
because no one's gonna know. It's just supposed to look cool. Maybe like I don't even know Latin.
Yeah, no, I'm looking up.
Gustafer would.
This one sounds cool, but I don't know how to make it work. It's Lux Brumalis.
Dude.
It means the light of winter,
Oh no. Let's do that
and have it.
in winter.
Okay, so the Lux Brumalis games.
Just take off games. Deluxe Bromalis.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, so we have that.
We've got it's printed on t-shirts.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna have to make some money.
Oh yeah.
Where do you live?
I would say I don't know. I mean, it's depending on how this podcast does. No, but I would say probably mid-range. But I think what we can do, right? So let's say in this ideal future, you know, going about forming this.
Mhm.
Say, you know, you're obviously probably going to get a house much before me.
Sure.
I think we have to maybe. Ooh, I just hit a battery. Sorry about that. Maybe we have to do a little bit of a neighborhood scoping. You know, go judging out the place.
I think this is a great idea. I
Mhm.
do know in the city, yeah, because we live in a city.
Yeah.
The city where we live, where we go to college,
Mm-hmm.
northeast,
Yeah.
very nice neighborhood, millions and millions of dollar houses. I think we slide in somewhere there, but get two really tiny houses.
Yes.
So we're technically a part of that district, but
Mhm.
like we're poor still.
Okay. I dig that.
So then we can send our kids to the best training camps.
Oh, because you know, no kid of ours is going to a normal summer camp.
No.
Summer's training time for the Lux Bromalis.
I think part of the reason I really like this idea is because I've always wanted to make my kids into superhumans.
Yeah, of course.
some people would call it wrong, and putting pressure on your kids is just not right. But I don't care. They're gonna live the dreams I never got to. So putting them in the best camps, really, it's like training them for war.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, well, it is kind of like war.
Sure.
In a lot of ways. I mean, sure, there's no death on a good day.
Okay. I hate to interrupt you. This idea just hit my head.
Mm-hmm.
So the winners, there's 12 events.
Yeah.
Well, we could even do 24 events. Or 10. Any number.
Yeah.
Preferably even, so I don't get a little scared. They battled to the death.
Oh, okay. So I think that idea is great. I think it presents two problems.
Okay.
First problem is we're gonna have to get local law enforcement to waive the old murder thing.
Depending on how big this podcast is, we might be able to pay him off.
I think that's an idea. So, like, if you're listening, tell your friends because we need money. To
like,
pay off
subscribe,
the
rate us on Apple Podcasts. If you want to sponsor us, how could you not? We're just talking about murdering children. So
well, not necessarily children.
we wouldn't be doing it. So it's like
it's our hands.
We're washing our hands of it.
And it's not always children. I'd say we could top it off as the contestants can be 19.
What if we do 22 so we have college kids in there?
Oh, I think that's kind of because let's say
they're
11 to 22.
Yeah,
you might have like a really good 11-year-old.
Yeah,
but like it's encouraged to like start the training early and get them in the games early.
And if you win, you get to pick whatever house is for sale at the time. You get it for free.
Okay, that's stakes.
Yeah.
Also,
as long as it's in your district, though.
Of course,
we still want to keep the classism where it belongs.
Well, not giving anyone from District 12.
They're not going to win anyway.
House.
They're not going to win anyway.
Yeah,
they're sacks of garbage.
It's true. But I think the only other problem that I see by battling to the death is how are we going to keep up morale, right? Because a big part of this game is family pride.
Sure.
Right? Family pride first, cul-de-sac pride second. So you've got to have that, like, when your kid is fighting for you, for the family, for the name, they've got in the back of their head. Have you ever watched Formula One racing?
Yeah.
So you know how each team has like 2 racers and they race against each other, even in the games. Like you're still racing for the same team. You're still racing for your cul-de-sac,
right?
But you're also more racing for yourself.
Yeah.
And so like if you could sabotage even your own people to get yourself more pride, you're gonna have to take it. And so I feel like killing a kid might like crush family pride.
But we're not killing in the same family.
Oh.
Right? They're competing in non-violent stuff to get a shot. We need essentially to turn cul-de-sac pride into patriotism. We need to make trashy shirts. We really have to forget that we're in America and you think of yourself only as your cul-de-sac.
That's your
Everyone
pride.
else beyond your cul-de-sac is scum.
You don't care at all about national elections.
No,
but
you
local?
care. You care who's your representative for your district
in the homeowners association.
Yeah, this is we could get the government in on it.
This is like doing Chaz right.
Yeah. No, that's essentially what this is.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are a couple flaws still. Money.
True.
Where we're going to have the games.
Okay.
And getting the green light to essentially train kids for war.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the 3 I could think of.
Yeah, so let's tackle the first one. Money.
Okay. Money, I think that's pretty easy. GoFundMe.
Sure, that could work.
Mm-hmm.
There's some businesses I'm sure that would sponsor.
Yeah.
McDonald's sponsors the Olympics, and they're cool with like training gymnasts at young ages.
Yeah.
Like, sure, this is a little darker, but like Kroger will sponsor us.
It just gets fighting to the death with a big Kroger flag over it.
They're wearing Kroger shirts.
Oh, so you're maybe big
I think we just
idea.
had the same idea.
We get each of the cul-de-sacs. It's their job to find sponsors.
Yep, we did.
Oh,
and then you could be branded out. Okay, so like District 1,
Mm-hmm.
supreme sponsorship.
Yeah, yeah.
They're iced out, looking good. District 12,
Ugh. Maybe like the local like hardware store.
that might be a little too nice.
They're really just scrounging. They're like going into battle with like garden hose.
Ha!
They're trying their best, you know.
Yeah.
Got in a bad situation. They didn't really understand what they were getting into when they decided to live in the neighborhood.
Right. So there's the money problem, sponsorships.
Yeah.
And a GoFundMe.
And honestly, what we really could do is we could make this thing either televise it or stream it.
What if we stream it on Twitch?
Okay. Gamers are vile
Yeah.
creatures. I think that could go over well.
I think that's our idea right there.
Yeah. It's like it's literally like an esports tourney, but you know, like how they're streamed.
But people wear deodorant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's tackle issue number 2, right?
A place to hold it.
Place to hold it.
Some might say this is the hardest,
Mm-hmm.
even more than the green light to train children for. Let's just, I don't know. We could clear out a city
Okay.
and then just drop them in there. Oh.
So are you thinking it's like a battle royale?
Kinda.
Almost.
Yeah.
We could really stream this on Twitch.
Yeah, no, but I've heard battle royales are hot right now. That chess. No, I say we blindfold them, throw them in a van.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem, you know what? You know the city, you succeed because you know all the hiding spots.
Dude, how about this? Calling this. Let's go Hunger Games. Drop them in the woods.
Okay.
Right?
I don't hate
We
that.
could get a big area of woods. And so, you know, okay, so we played a game, or not we, but I played a game when I was at Camp Lakeview, which is like a summer camp that I used to go to. But we played a game there called Hunger Games. And you were blindfolded and put in a random spot in the woods. And there were, like, you had to, like, scavenge for weapons and stuff like that. And, of course, you know, the weapons were kind of dumb, like pool noodles and everything.
Sure.
But, like, we could do that in kind of the same way. So, like, maybe your pregame is in your cul-de-sac, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's when all the families compete, all the kids compete to have a shot at representing the cul-de-sac in the games.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 2 from each cul-de-sac. And so, like, that's where you get your family pride. You know, you want to be the one representing.
Correct. It's like youth sports, but jacked up.
Yeah, it's like travel baseball.
Yeah, you got like family members yelling at each other because, like, even though they're probably going to go to the same high school, like, you still want your son to do better.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. We drop them in the woods.
I think it should be different every time.
Okay.
So you can't really prep for the environment. Because if so, we'll just have a bunch of kids figuring out how to run the woods.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah, you're right.
We want something different every time.
Yeah.
We could throw them in the ocean one time.
just drop them in there with some scuba gear.
Hopefully by the time we have enough technology where you can stay underwater for like hours and hours.
Okay.
That idea would actually be plausible.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course. I say what we do before the old fight to the death bit of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the guns you can maybe get in the game would be more like paintball guns.
Yeah.
To market, just for logistics sake.
Sure.
Maybe you can get a couple melee weapons.
Okay.
But that, you know, obviously.
So like, what if we change like your little paintball gun idea,
Mhm.
and so we can kind of get away with not having murder?
Yeah.
It's just like a giant paintball game.
I kind of honestly like it better. That would cut out the need to get local law enforcement
And we have like
compliances.
we definitely have more sponsorships.
Oh, for sure, because we can just mention that it's not murder.
But like, you lose, you kind of failed your family.
The
and that's,
shame.
Yeah.
Would it be better to die?
I think there we got it.
Yeah.
So the shame they have from losing is worse than death.
Yeah. But I mean, okay.
You like never get a job after you lose.
Oh, not in the neighborhood. You have to move. And the shame follows you. It's like you apply for a job and your boss is just looking over the forms like, oh, you were a part of the cul-de-sac games. You know, because at this point it's famous.
Sure.
It's like, oh, you lost? Ooh.
It's like known all over the country, so you like move to California and they're like, Okay, where did you say you were from?
Wait, are you?
Indiana. You lost the cul-de-sac games?
You locked
Get the
the
fuck out of my office.
you lost the what was it called? The Lux?
Oh shoot, now I gotta look it up.
The Lux
The Lux Brumalis? Get out of my
Ooh,
office.
Yikes. You know, it's not that that's not the reason you're not getting this job. You know, we're just, you know, we're looking for someone different.
You're clearly qualified as a candidate, but we can't have you running around here without shame.
Yeah. Maybe that could also, you know, say you have that shame and you're still in like a small enough kid to not have to like worry about consequences for the rest of your life would be serves excellent motivation to train harder for next year.
Sure.
You know?
If you were like 22 and lost, though,
Ooh, that's where you don't want to be.
Yeah.
The older people are almost at more risk by being in the games.
It also gives you more of an incentive to try.
Mm-hmm. This could go crazy well.
Yeah, especially on Twitch.
Yeah, dude. So what we do is we hook them all up with GoPros.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so our last problem here.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, we're not killing them anymore. The problem is still pushing children to the limit.
Yeah. So I think there's definitely some moral things.
Not our problem. We're not
We're not really. We're more like the game masters.
Yeah, so like our kids don't have to participate.
Yeah. It's almost like we're Pontius Pilate.
Yeah.
In a way, is how I would describe it. You know, we didn't kill Jesus, but like, you know, we watched it happen.
Sure. Our firstborn sons can take over as the game makers.
Yes.
That's why your kids train from birth with languages, and mine can be the strong man.
Oh, the dynamic duo.
Brains and brawn.
Oh, so they can run the games when we've passed.
Sure.
They still have the pride of being a part of the Game Masters family.
Yeah. We could change our last name to Game Master.
Okay.
So then they can carry on the name. And no one without the name can do it.
Gustafer Game Master. That is
Benjamin Obi Game Master.
That's awesome.
This has become a perfect idea.
I don't think it could get much better than this. So I'd say, you know, as our roundtable ideas flourish and as we become even more successful businessmen, right? Once this takes off, I almost think we can use the excess capital we gain from the Twitch streams to start funding the haunted house.
Okay. I like that idea.
Then we can start making money on the haunted house, and it's kind of like interchanging. You know, maybe we get some nicer paintball, nicer GoPros.
I also think we take this thing worldwide.
Okay.
I don't know how we do it. Is there one per state?
I think that's fair. And then we can go to nationals.
I don't mean to take your cul-de-sac idea and poop on it, but what if we did it by districts?
Okay.
And then we have a little different pride, because you know you have the small town pride versus the city slickers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you feel about that idea.
So here's what I'm going to say, right? I say we can't start with that idea.
No.
I say we start with the cul-de-sac.
This is a certain area.
Yeah. Maybe even we start small, right? We start really small with this thing. It's just the cul-de-sac at first. Then the neighborhood gets in.
Mm-hmm.
Then when that becomes popular, then we divide the states by districts.
Mm-hmm.
Every state. We have, first off, your district tourney. You win your district tourney, you've got state tourney. Then
so it's like high school athletics.
It's like high
a
school
sectional, and then
yeah, baby. Schools aren't even gonna have sports at this point.
No,
because who cares?
They're
you
all
can be a part of the cul-de-sac games or the Lux
Brumalis games.
Oh my gosh,
this is a perfect idea.
This could rewrite American history.
Yeah, everyone's like, you remember back in my day we had NFL football. Now all anyone cares about is the Lux Brumalis game.
You got a bunch of old people watching it on ESPN. Oh,
it would wipe sports out of our culture completely.
Well, yeah, because it would almost bring back like that more primal sport, right? Like what, you know, the old people watch gladiators fight, and now we've kind of got to like throwing balls in hoops.
Sure.
But now we're kind of bringing it back.
Like there's brutality, but there's also sport.
Yeah. Like there's training, there's teams, there's players you can follow. But it's also like incredibly entertaining to every audience, right? Because some people just don't get sports,
Sure.
but everyone gets like shooting.
My other idea is we have another set of games because people want sports all the time. People want the games all the time.
Yeah.
And since the Lux Brumalis games are in the winter, we could have a summer one.
Oh, okay.
And I think that would kind of be life-changing.
Like the Summer and Winter Olympics.
Yeah,
almost.
but every year.
Oh, yes.
Because, like, obviously we're covering a lot of audience having a certain amount of games or a certain amount of people. You know, there's, like, a lot of people in America or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, we got to have a lot of whatever. And these games pay for ESPN, for example, their whole year just off 2 games.
Okay.
Like, but they take long. It's like a couple weeks process.
Well, yeah, no. I'm thinking the field of play is huge. This is no 20-minute paintball game.
Yeah.
You're dropped in and you're watching the Hunger Games. These kids aren't only going to be out there with paintball guns shooting each other. They've got to scavenge. They've got to survive.
This will take days, sometimes weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think we take it to the step after they win state.
Yeah.
They do country.
Okay.
We drop them 50 kids.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere, like Wyoming.
Okay.
And they have to navigate their way through.
Like a maze?
No.
Or just
like war.
Oh, yeah.
And, or what if we drop them in, like, the forest of Washington?
That would be awesome.
And then they have to, like, obviously, like, one kid's got an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they all come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And to see their strategy play out would be fascinating.
True. And I think what this can reach is not just a sports audience, because obviously there's physical activity, there's exertion. And I'm not going to kid myself and say that we're going to eliminate all other sports. I think we still have to have, like, your basketball for your sports fans.
Viewership goes down, though.
Oh, for sure. But not only is this a sport, but also, you know, the cameras are constantly rolling, baby. You also get to see the infighting. The drama that happens within camp. It's like Survivor, but extreme.
Yeah.
You know?
And
like,
not scripted.
Not scripted. And they're kids, which is even better, because they're being forced to, like, we don't give them a leader.
No.
They've got to find that out from themselves.
They can, like, crew together.
Yeah.
Like state can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so we got, you know, maybe a couple kids are looking strong for the lead position. They gather their own little bits of troops.
Midwestern.
Yeah.
The Midwest. The Midwestern crew.
Yeah.
They, like, gather together, dominate.
And maybe the both the different, like, let's say Midwest and then northern Indiana people, they don't like each other very much. You know, their strategies are different. The Midwest people are too stupid, I guess. Let's just say that, for example. Then, you know, there's a little bit of infighting within Indiana, and maybe they form off and they try to find a way to sabotage the other Indianians that are in the games.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is the best idea we've ever had.
It's one of them, though.
It's got to be up there.
And I think the memes that would come from this would also be funny.
Oh, I didn't even think about the memes.
So, like, obviously right now, one of the memes that I keep seeing all the time is the United States of America. You mean Ohio and its 49 ditches? Like,
yeah.
let's say like Arizona wins like back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
They're just breeding champions down there. That meme would make so much more sense, and it would be funnier. And like that's all anyone can think about. We have movies, video games, books written about this event.
Yeah, dude, I didn't even think about the video games possibilities.
This is a cash cow.
We might need to patent it.
Yeah, we need some funding though.
True. Listen, if you guys are listening to this, I implore you to tell people about this one. Because we need capital fast. Yeah. If we're going to make this work.
Go buy some lottery tickets. Whatever you win, you give to us.
I think that's an idea. You know, maybe we put the Venmo link down in the description.
We'll start a Patreon.
Yeah. The top tier is you get to be like a your name is like written in the stones that like build the game masters.
I think also,
Tower.
since this is the pride of the Americas, everyone looks at this like, damn it, I wish I was American.
Mm-hmm.
We have our best people working on how to improve.
Oh,
Whether it be, obviously everyone's going to start with a certain paintball gun,
yeah.
like a pistol. Someone makes a machine gun that's a paintball gun that people can carry around. We have our best engineers doing this whole thing.
Yeah.
I think eventually once the technology gets good enough, we could even do a VR games.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's what the summer, or maybe that's what the winter could be, and the summer could be
So
paintball.
we get our traditional people and we get our esports people.
Yeah.
All in one.
Yeah.
That's kind of smart. And then we have different people like planned. So your summer games are in VR.
Mm-hmm.
And people like the gamers are all following their little like gamer heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sports people are following all their sporty people.
And you could have two different ways to get there.
Yeah.
So like the ones is like classic Olympic games, the sports ones like javelin,
Mm-hmm.
running, high jump, whatever. But the gamer one is like gaming challenges, like beating Mario Kart on 200cc.
Yeah. That's just not even going to happen. But, dude, this is...
There's a lot to this. There's a lot of depth in this idea.
And a lot more that we could even flush out, once we start figuring it out.
Once
we
people
run
start
a couple games.
Once people start sending us some cash.
Yeah, we can start maybe thinking about this a little bit more seriously.
I think our first thing we need to do is build the Game Master's Palace.
Oh, I think so too. I like the idea of us just sitting on our thrones, surrounded by like the monitors showing the streams, just observing.
And obviously, if we have a candidate we particularly dislike, like the one from Kentucky,
Yeah.
just get him out of the game as soon as possible.
Oh yeah. 'Cause I think what could spur a little bit of like monetary funds is like they did in the Hunger Games, where you can sponsor someone.
Mm-hmm.
So like not only can you sponsor, but you could like send stuff to them. So
Yeah.
like maybe they're all starting out with base guns
Mhm.
when they get dropped, but if you secure sponsors for your player, your person,
Mhm.
they can send you attachments or
Sure.
upgraded weaponry.
Or you get enough money, people send in drones.
Yes. I would love a bunch of kids like monitoring a drone screen doing scouting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be sick. It's just the war games.
Yeah, but like again, we want this to be very clear. Our idea first was killing. That's not anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. The shame now that it's on a national level has gone up.
Dude, it's far higher. I think if you could get a job if you were in the games and you get eliminated pretty quick. But let's say you're top 10 and you lose it for your state, you've got to go out of state to get a job.
Yeah.
No one's hiring you.
Or if you die in like some not die, if you lose in some embarrassing way, like you trip and you fire your gun into your forehead, you're dead.
Oh.
Or you're out of the game. You have to move to another country.
Dude.
Because that clip went viral, bro.
And team killing, definitely on.
100%. You build an alliance just to murder them in cold blood.
Oh my gosh. Like, someone's getting, you want to be the leader. Like, so like imagine if a kid is getting a little bit too much power, but maybe he says something that the other kids in his state don't really like, right? Maybe he's a little bit too brutal. So they form a coup and they kill him in his sleep and take power.
I like it.
This is a drama sports cash cow.
And like, okay, so you know the scene from Order 66?
Yeah.
Where what Kiamundi is running or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then he stops, or then his clone troopers just stop and they just open fire on him. That happens in here.
That clip would go so viral.
Yeah, people be like,
maybe Indiana and Kentucky. Kentucky hates Indiana's leader, but Indiana's kind of struggling, so they team up with the Kentucky people and they lead their leader into a trap. Oh my gosh.
yeah. Well, this is a perfect idea.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
I'd sure love talking about it.
If you guys did like this one, excuse me. If you guys did like this one, please be sure to leave us a like, maybe a comment, maybe give us some ideas on how we could further improve that. You know how it would be a great place to leave those ideas? The Discord.
Yeah, head over there. You could DM us on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You could rate us an Apple Podcast. You could do a bunch of stuff to really just help us grow the channel if you like our ideas.
And with that, guys, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Goodbye.